We know, for example, that our house is completely burned. We have nothing.
It was scary. No matter how fast the wipers on the car moved, you couldn't see anything.
Many people still think that high temperatures are something new and are unaware of the danger they pose. But periods of such abnormal heat increase our risk of heat stroke and accidents. Also, at a time when the body needs to recover, high minimum night temperatures can be especially stressful. In Uzbekistan, more than 4,000 people have been hospitalized because of abnormal heat across the country. The ambulance service received more than 130,000 calls in 4 days. Recently, more than 1,000 people have died as a result of the heat wave in several European countries, and the number of victims is increasing every day. Since the beginning of summer, the second wave of abnormal heat has already swept Europe. Temperature records are recorded one after another. Against this background, the number of large fires is also on the rise. By mid-July, there were already more than 1,700 fires. In the first half of this year, at least 350,000 hectares of forest have burned, 4 times the average of the last 16 years. In Portugal, a fire destroyed a unique Arabida Natural Park. On July 14th, the weather station Pinhão recorded a temperature of 47 degrees Celsius, which is a new extreme for July on the mainland. On July 19th, Great Britain experienced the hottest day on record. Because of the abnormal heat, forests and houses burned, asphalt melted on the streets, and railroad tracks overheated. Flights were cancelled at some airports as high temperatures damaged their runways. Hospitals were overflowing with victims of the debilitating heat wave.
Well, I was sunbathing in my garden and then a massive black cloud come across. I looked up, that side of Wellington was on fire, and within an hour it spreads all the way to our house. So we've got a field outside our house that's on fire, all of our cars have gone.
Well, I didn't really take no notice of it, like it was going to be like this magnitude scale, you know, but as far as that goes, you know, it's crazy the way it's gone.
In France, the July heat wave has also reached abnormal levels. As of July 16th, more than 30 records of the highest temperatures of the month have been broken. Forest fires are raging in the southwest of the country. Last summer, they destroyed more than 9,500 hectares of forest. This year, a similar area in the Gironde department alone was devastated by fire in just 4 days. More than 16,000 people have been evacuated. The Spanish capital had the hottest night on record. The scorching heat makes the fires uncontrollable. They have already come close to populated areas. More than 3,000 people have been evacuated in Malaga. Since the beginning of the year, the fire has already destroyed more than 70,000 hectares. It is worth noting that this year, forest fires in Europe began much earlier than usual.
Impotent.
Powerless. I feel completely powerless. There is no solution.
These villages were beautiful, with such a pleasant green landscape, and now the only thing we see is ashes.
2 men have already died, and I saw a friend of mine. He was caught by the fire. He was running. It's terrible. We know, for example, that our house is completely burned. We also had a van arranged to travel. We bought the van when I retired, and now it's totally scorched. We have nothing.
On the other side of the Strait of Gibraltar in northern Morocco, residents are also suffering from extreme temperatures that are more than 10 degrees above normal. Fires have caused casualties and the evacuation of more than 1,300 families. Flames are destroying forests and entire villages.
Yesterday evening, I was with my family, and at one point we heard people shouting fire. So we left where we were to flee from the fire. It's the heat that causes this kind of fire. 2 days ago was the last time the fire was far away from us. The fire reached our village yesterday at dawn, but we are confident that the firemen will put it out. We are afraid for our houses. A neighboring village has been completely surrounded by flames. The inhabitants have been evacuated by the fire brigade. But for the moment, we are safe from the fire.
We invite eyewitnesses of climate disasters as well as anyone who has specific knowledge of such events to be interviewed. Please contact us, share your story. For the whole world to know the truth, participation of every person is important. As Europe goes up in flames, Asia goes underwater. Japan, mid-July 2022. More than 480,000 people have been ordered to evacuate because of record rainfall. Heavy rains have caused flooding in many of the country's prefectures. In some areas of Miyagi Prefecture, more than a month's worth of rain fell just within 24 hours. Streets, cars, and houses were flooded. People were evacuated by boat.
It's raining so hard that the windows are rattling.
It was scary. No matter how fast the wipers on the car moved, you couldn't see anything.
The water came into the house. It also came up on the tatami.
China, July 16th and 17th. Sichuan and Gansu provinces also experienced heavy rains that led to flooding. Unfortunately, there were casualties as a result. Thousands of people were forced to leave their homes. In some areas, power lines were severely damaged and road connections were disrupted. In Lunan County, Gansu Province, almost double the July average worth of rain fell within 36 hours. Climate changes cause great concern. They lead to rapid growth and dynamics of cataclysms. To date, there is a great risk of underestimating all factors and the scale of the influence of cosmic and geological processes on global climate change on Earth. Detailed information about this was voiced at the forum, Global Crisis, We Are People, We Want to Live.